Namaste, good morning. Someone was asking me and they're complaining that I don't talk about this path. All I talk about is Nityananda. Well, apparently they've never seen any of the many videos I've made throughout the years that talked about this path. Okay. But I'll just go into it a little bit again today. This path, if you have ever read the Chandi Path, then you will get a little glimpse into about what this path is. This path is about going in and stilling the mind, okay? About not creating more ego aggrandizements, but about breaking through them and stilling them to come to a stilled mind. Then one can proceed into realization or enlightenment, okay? I'm not talking about what so many of these paths talk about. I get enlightened into this, I get enlightened into that. I'm talking about genuine enlightenment, realization, moksha, liberation, the ultimate wisdom, or gyan, become a jnani, one filled with wisdom, okay? So if you read the book, the Chandi Path, and I've had many times my students read this, you will see that what happens, Kali and the 10 Mahavijas are fighting against these asuras, these demons. And what are the demons? The demons that were going to take over the earth. It's nothing more than all these ego aggrandizements, okay? 100% egotistical aggrandizements, okay? In a nutshell, that's what all these asuras and demons are. And it comes to the point where you come to where they're cutting the heads of these demons, getting rid of them, and gaining the liberation. Okay, getting rid of anger and this hates and all these different things, to pettiness, all these things that come up and that they're fighting. Okay. Anyway. So you get to the part where Chamunda is there and opening the mouth and drinking the blood. And what it's representing is, you know, when they cut the head of the demon, one demon, which is these thoughts, these errant thoughts. When one thought comes up, and which is represented by the blood, okay, when the thoughts come up, and if you don't nip them in the bud, which is what she's doing by drinking that blood, it's showing that she's nipping these thoughts in the bud where they can't manifest. You get one thought and it plants itself and you pay attention to it. You give it a place to germinate. What happens? It creates 10 more thoughts. Okay, so that is what it's pointing to. Okay, the pointing to that you stop these thoughts dead in their tracks and don't give them a space to continue to germinate and procreate into, you know, just endless drama, endless asuras, endless demonic nonsense that comes up. Okay. So anyway, the 10 Mahavijas and things, Kali is that Kundalini. She is the one that can open awareness, or she can delude fully. There are those that chase the 10 Mahavijas and things, and they can be used for good or they can be used for not good. Okay. For those that understand them, they know how to use them for the good, for the benefit, for one to progress forward very rapidly, okay? For those that don't understand, use them for nefarious reasons, okay? Or they try to. We'll put it that. But anyway, in the things you always see that Kali, although she appears fearful, she's always giving the boons and saying, do not fear. Do not fear. Okay? I'm here, do not fear. There's nothing to fear. You know, if you are fighting for the right, you're fighting for liberation, you know, and you're wanting to do your path, she will be absolutely beneficial 100% in that. Okay? Anyway, so we'll go again, just like, you know, some of these things, we'll go through these things in the Patanjali Sutras, and also maybe I'll spend some time going through some more on in more detail the Chandipat and how these things relate to the path. This is a path of not gathering and collecting, not trying to develop powers. Okay? This is a path of wanting to go forward to realization, to still the mind. Okay? Not to create demonic activity, but to back out of that type of drama, and to get to a still point of being. Okay? Getting to come to realization where the mind stills. Okay. So that is the that is the path, basically. So when all the mental activity or chittavritti ceases, that's a state called yoga or yoga type consciousness, emerging, a yoking, coming together, a consciousness that rests in infinite peace and in bliss. Okay? Anyway. This path is one of doing mantra, of being still, of watching these things come and go, which is what I talked about in the other video, the path of the householder. If you don't have a Kundalini awakening, okay, which brings up these things, much more rapidly and much more forcefully for you to have to look at and transcend and go through. If not, then you still can do that stilling and visually watching the things come and go and questioning of that, not getting caught up in the drama, being able to tell the real from the unreal, okay? Recognizing when you are in your soap opera of your life and how to back out of that, okay? How to do a balanced breath. That's one thing we do on this path, a balanced breath. Things need to be in balance, in harmony, okay? How to observe, how to do the mantra, what mantras are given for what things. There's numerous mantras for different things that we use, okay, to aid in stilling the mind, cutting through a lot of drama, okay. So that's a part of this path as well. Okay. For those that want to come and, they claim Cal by Rob and everything, and really, when you know energies and you've gone through an energetic path, and you understand how these things work, then there's nothing to be taken in by ones that want to attempt to come and curse and do all these things. You know, the cursing and all that stuff only works for those that are in fear. And that curse implants a seed of fear, and that fear grows, and that is your undoing. But when you know the darkness, when they come in darkness and try to implant fear, when you are living within the light, you know that place has nowhere to go. It's a shadow. That fear is a shadow. It has no substance if you don't give it any substance. It's nothing. It's, okay, poof, nothing. Okay. So once you understand these things, you know you have a much better handle. And this is why when, you know, former people come to me and they're afraid of these people that want to come pronounce curses, I say you have nothing to fear. Really, there's nothing to fear in it at all. Okay, don't take it in. Don't gravitate to it. Don't feed it. Don't allow it to germinate. Okay, and you'll be quite fine. Okay. So, anyway, the students here continue to walk their path. They continue to do their mantras every day. They continue to work with allowing the mind to still and allowing the coverings to be taken away until they come back into source. That divine is. I was getting a little grief from one of them. Oh, you don't believe in the secret and all? No. In the law of attraction? No. Okay. Yes, it can work, the law of attraction. But in the end, I don't care what it is in the transient world that you want to attract. It does not bring that peace which passes understanding. It does not bring wisdom. It does not bring enlightenment. It does not bring liberation. It's just another covering, another item, another, drama. Just like powers, okay? If you're in genuine Kundalini awakening, many powers come unbidden. It's not something you look for. They just happen to come, okay? But if you chase those powers, what you do is wind up falling deeper into ego. It's a trap, okay? It's a very nicely laid trap. Like I said, Kali can either, pull away the coverings or develop many, many more. Okay? You want to go and do third eye meditations. You want to go to all these realms. Okay? Again, traps, more traps. You can sit there and go to realm after realm after realm after realm endlessly. Create endless realms. The mind is very creative. Can continue to create realms, layers, levels of existence. But if you want to get to realization, don't fall into the trap. Okay? The point to this path is to go forward to liberation. Yes, I understand how to manifest. Yes, I've had many instances of powers being able to control weather, being able to instantly heal, healing powers arising, energetic, powers arising. Yes, these things happen. One can have visions. Just so many things take place. But if you want to get to realization, moksha, liberation, you don't chase these things. It's not the ultimate goal. They can be distractions along the way to realization. Okay? I try to provide a place where people, through communication with them, to get them to pull back from the distractions, to go forward, to realization, liberation, okay? Not to develop the powers and the dramas and more egotistical traps, more layers, more coverings. I am this, I am that, I am this, I am that. You know, just like when people go and do what? Affirmations. All they're doing is affirming ego. Rather than pulling the layers away to find out what is prior to ego, they're developing more. So am I interested in the New Age things? No. Okay, they're anathema to this path. This path is, again, about getting rid of coverings, not developing more. It's about seeing through the illusions, not developing more. Okay? So again, the more you want to try to control, the less control you have. Okay? Just a little heads up. The more you want to control, the less control you have. So I think we're going to just close this down for now. And that's just a little bit, a taste about what this path is about. Again, it's about allowing the mind to still, being in the moment, seeing through the illusion, the delusion, going beyond and trying back out of ego rather than collecting, gathering, and, getting more involved in the transient story. Okay. When everything falls away in realization, at the other end, you get spit back out into transient life, okay? It's still there. At that point, if you want to go in and you want to play whatever you want to do, it's the play of God at that point. It's called the play of God. One's no longer in the illusion and delusion that can happen when one is in ego. So when you finish, entered liberation, okay, you're now a liberated being. Now you go back and you have the tools to understand life, understand the transient realm, understand the dream for what it was, what it is. And then you can go out and play without taking on needless karma, because you understand karma quite well. Okay, so at that point you go out and you do life, in a beneficial way. Usually, ones that have gained liberation, some will choose to work with others, and some will just choose to just enjoy their time. Okay? So, we'll leave this at this. If you have questions, don't hesitate to ask. For those that are genuine seekers. Okay? And for the Nichananda clan, they want to come in the evening and put all the nasty, nasty little comments that they want to do. Okay? Not interested in your nasty little comments. They're not going to go anywhere. Okay? They're not going to cause me grief. So you're just spinning your wheels and creating more mental spin in your heads, which you don't know how to get rid of. That will continue to eat at you like a virus. Okay? So my suggestion is You might want to think about doing something more productive with your lives than trying to leave all your nasty comments, okay? Anyway, thank you for tuning in. Namaste. Have a wonderful day. Bye.